Y'all remember me?
We fight!
Overdose, those on top of me.
So we got a new director, and is this sequel even better than the first one, or is it worse? Well, let's find out. My name is Brandon Keith Avery, and this is just my opinion. So when it comes to Pacific Rim, I did see the first one, of course, directed by Guillermo del Toro, and I had high expectations for that film a number of years ago. I believe it was 2013 or 14, and I walked out of that movie slightly disappointed. I liked the story for the most part. I liked the characters, and I did care about them, but the action was what disappointed me the most in that movie. Reason being is a lot of the action scenes were at night, and it was kind of hard to see what was going on, but everything else was great. But now we have Pacific Rim 2, Pacific Rim Uprising, and just from the trailers and going into this movie, could kind of tell to myself that this movie is going to have much better action than the last film, but I think that the story and the characters are going to be lacking. And I will go ahead and say that the action was the best part of this movie. As far as everything else that I liked about this movie, Pacific Rim Uprising, are the two lead characters with John Boyega and somebody else I've never heard of, Kaylee Spaney. Kaylee Spaney, this is her first film ever. The only thing that she's ever done prior to this was a short film. And of course, you heard of John Boyega. You heard of him as Finn in the Star Wars movies. His first kind of big role was Attack the Block in 2011. And he also did the film Detroit, which I believe was directed by Catherine Bigelow. Now, John Boyega's character and Kaylee, like I said, are my two most favorite characters in this whole movie. I actually did care about them and actually cared about what happened, whether they lived or died or got hurt. Every other character, they're completely forgettable. I thought the acting was bad or just over the top, and I just didn't like them. Even some of the past returning characters from the previous film, like Charlie Day. His character was completely ridiculous to me, a bit over the top. That his character completely abandoned who he was in the first film. Why they went this route, I don't understand. They used his character to kind of drive the plot for the second film, Uprising, and that was possibly one of the worst parts of this film. I wasn't already feeling his character early on in the beginning of the movie, but later on in the film, it just became even worse to where, it was kind of cringeworthy when he was on film. Now, early on, I did say that this movie was directed by Guillermo del Toro, which is hit or miss for me. I do like most of his films. I did like Shape of Water, but he's not directing this one now. It is Stephen McKnight. And wait a minute, is it Stephen McKnight or DeKnight? Excuse me, I don't know why I put McKnight down. I'm like, I know that's not right. Stephen DeKnight. If you heard of him before, he directed a number of episodes with Daredevil Season 1 on Netflix. Also directed and, he wrote and directed Pacific Rim Uprising. But he's also was a part of directing Angel, Smallville, and Dollhouse. And I have not seen any of those films. And like I said, he did get the action down just right. That was the best part of this movie, when the robots and the kaiju and the Jaegers were like throwing blows back and forth. I was on board. I was smiling. I was geeking, ear to ear with smiles. If you've seen any of my trailer reactions, and go ahead and subscribe so you can check all that out. When you see me reacting to like Avengers or Black Panther and I'm all getting giddy and things like that, I was actually doing that with this Pacific Rim Uprising movie during the action. But like I said, I like John Boyega and Kaylee, but the rest of the characters were just horrible. Especially Charlie Day and this other group of characters that were like children recruits to fill in the Jaeger program. And I was going in this movie like, okay, why are they having children go to war? Where are the grown men and women? But I don't want to spoil anything for you here. They did briefly explain that with a line of dialogue or two, and it made sense for me. But then again, when you get to the very ending of the movie and things are about to go down and everybody's mounting up for this final battle, I didn't care about these characters. They tried to present you with the motivational speech that they always do right at the beginning of the third act, and that didn't move me. And you know, there are some characters that did die in this movie, guys, and I just did not give a crap at all. Now, I did say that they explained why they use characters, children characters or young characters in the story. As far as the rest of the story goes and the plot, I didn't want anything complicated or anything like that. All I wanted was just something simple and straightforward. You could have easily just said, you know, in the very beginning of the movie, they did set up the story great, but after, you know, first 15 minutes of this movie, I really love, as far as them recapping everything, letting you know how everything is 10 years in the future, kind of where John Boyega fits into this, because he is the son of Idris Elba's character from the first film. I liked all that, but right after that, they tried to just, you know, reinvent the wheel with the story. All you had to do was say, for the story, keep it simple. You know, hey, the first film, the aliens came, we were getting our butts kicked, we developed new weapons, we fought back, we won. And for the sequel, the aliens are mad that we beat them. They want revenge. Somehow they're able to come back into our dimension, and now they have even bigger monsters, and we have to create even bigger robots, fight, and that's it. That's all you had to do. Just keep it simple like that. But no, they had to, they had to go the extra mile and stretch as far as the Jaeger kaiju sinking of the brain and where they came from, and this extra plot device they had to do with Charlie Day. And I'm like, that's just completely unnecessary, to where the point where you're drawing this thing out and I'm just getting bored. I'm not liking the characters. I'm bored. You're giving me good action, but it's just too far in between. And I just don't care. This is stupid. This is somewhat embarrassing. And I just don't understand how Steven Tonight could drive this movie off of a cliff. But I just didn't enjoy that. So I liked the intro. I liked the two characters. I liked how they initially started talking about drifting, but I think they just took that too far. All the surrounding characters were bad. The childlike characters that were recruits that were filling the new Jaeger programs, they were bad too. Also, you know, when you watch these movies, how shooting a certain shot from a certain angle, especially when characters are coming in, you know, can be epic. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you slow it down or you have the music in the background as people are walking slow mo. Dum 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 dum. You know, all that good stuff. They tried to do a shot like that, and it just didn't work. It completely failed and fell on his face. And I'm just like, come on, guys. I mean, if you're gonna do it, you gotta hit the nail on the head. And they just didn't do that. It was embarrassing. It was cringe. It was cringe worthy. The acting across the board wasn't just not the best either. Some people were just overacting, and I really don't have anything else to say about it other than, you know, me really liking the action. The effects and the details of the graphics was not as detailed as it was in the first film. But, I mean, you know, maybe if I want to, I don't know, if you just want to get intoxicated and go to the theater and go see this movie, I think you still may have a good time if you just don't care and just want to go see some robots fighting. And it just wasn't even that much, to be honest with you. And just like Jeremy Jones says, is, you know, you'll have a good time if you're drunk. Sorry, Jeremy Jones, didn't mean to steal that, but that just hits the nail on the head. If you really want to go see this movie, you know, pick whatever type of inebriation you want, and you know, go have a good time. But this is you know, I was already disappointed with the first film, and this one is still a huge step down. If I had to rate Pacific Rim Uprising out of a 1 out of 10, I would give this a 5.5 out of 10. Yes, a 5.5 out of 10. But guys, that's just my opinion. Have you seen Pacific Rim Uprising, or do you want to see it? Have I turned you on? Have I turned you off? Do you agree with me, or do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's get this conversation going and keep it flowing. If you like this video, go ahead and give me the thumbs up, and if you don't, that's fine. I don't even know if I held up my Pacific Rim Blu-ray here in 3D. If I didn't, it's late now, but you know, hey, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Go to my website, check me out there, bookmark it, and also look me up on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. It's right there at the bottom of your screen, and I made it very easy by providing a link to all that good stuff down in the description box below. Guys, again, I just posted my Black Panther Week 5. I'm so sorry that that's late. If you read the my pinned comment, I have been having serious trouble with my CPU for the past week and a half, 2 weeks. I haven't been able to edit videos. I haven't been able to upload them. And then sometimes I'm not even able to get into my computer. When I turn it on, it just will not come on. And sometimes it tries to update, and then it updates, and then it says we can't do the finished updates, and it was in that loop once for 48 hours. But I'm saying this now as I'm recording it. Hopefully I won't have any problems getting this Pacific Rim Uprising video uploaded. But as soon as it is uploaded, I am taking my CPU to the store, to the hospital to get fixed, because I can't just be trying to work around anymore. I have to get it fixed, even if it takes me another week to get it fixed. It's becoming impossible. So that's the only reason why my videos haven't been consistent in the past week or 2 weeks, and things have been extremely late. But I do appreciate your patience. All the new subscribers that I have, I really do appreciate you too as well, and all the thumbs up and comments and things like that. But guys, I just want to thank you again for tuning in to my opinion/review for Pacific Rim Uprising, directed by Stephen DeKnight, starring John Boyega and Colleen Spaney. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.